Hi there, it's Nursing Geek. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the greenhouse, the Stina Rose Patreon SMP, where I have some building that I'm planning to do. I've mapped out some of it. I mentioned that I wanted to do a lake house over here. I pulled up the tutorial for it and it was actually a little bigger than I had space for, so I've scaled it back a bit, but this will be kind of the walkway up to it, and then out here will be the lake house itself. So get used to it, squiddies. Other thing is I need an actual farmhouse, because I have a storage house, I have a barn, I don't have an actual house. And I've also got a shed that pretty much needs to be taken down. So this is the base for the farmhouse. And there's a tutorial I'm planning to follow for this one too. This has a lot of sticky out parts as you get higher up. I think I'm well clear enough from everything though that should be fine. Bah. Oh yeah, and after all that last time, I decided, who cares if the sheep are funky colors? This is supposed to be an enchanted area. So let's have some different colors. We've got red and yellow and green and blue and pink. I don't know that we're going to go for all the colors, but we'll probably add some more colors at some point. And now they are going to make it hard for me to leave. There we go. Other thing I did was I just did some decorating touches on the storage house and did a little better lighting. I'm still not quite to the point of ready to take down the torches. I want some in-ground lighting before I do that. We've got some more lights, some more lanterns along here, and some more decoration. So the other side looks pretty much the same. And then I don't know if I had already done this with the workstations, but I decided the workstations that made the most sense to have here with the enchanting table were the crafting bench, which I think was there from the start, but also anvil, stone thing, grindstone, and then not really related to enchanting stuff, but the stone cutter. And over here, the cartography table and the loom if I need to make anything with those. A couple smokers if I need to cook up some food. And over here, a couple regular furnaces and a couple of blast furnaces. And they're tucked in with a bit of lighting and decoration too, so that they're not just hanging around. I feel like I need to do a little more up there, but not just yet. The building I really feel like I need to work on is this one. So I mapped out where I think it should go, but one of the things I've been learning from doing these tutorials is that one of the things that makes a build interesting is when it's, not square. And the way this pushes stuff out is not square. So if this goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get back my spruce logs and throw them on the ground by hitting Q instead of W and go this way. And then maybe 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, something's not right. It shouldn't be working out to an even number here. Something like that. Because the stuff that extends out from this when I'm using it only goes kind of in this general direction and that general direction. Nothing's coming over here. So that can make it a little more interesting looking. But I'm really not looking forward to building this thing because it's going to have to go so high. And it was suggested to me that it is an illusion, that it is actually giving me better. Oh, that's what went wrong here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's better. What was I saying? Oh, that it's an illusion, that this is actually saving me any time. So I guess what I need to do is check for myself. So first I need to make sure I have a decent amount of mushrooms of both types. I got plenty of crimson mushrooms at this point, but I've been blowing through the warped. So I'll have to fix that. And then I'm going to do a 2-day. It takes me 2 Minecraft days when I churn out enough to get that to capacity to then take it all down. And that's with, sleeping to bring to skip the night. So what I'll have to see is if do that over here and do it over there and see what I get for output. I think I usually get about 2.5 stacks of stems, which that's the main thing, is the stems. All this other stuff is an extra, lots of extra. But and the mushroom lights, the shroom lights definitely are also part of it. So let's see how many of each of those I get using both, and I will use the replay mod to try to capture that as soon as I make it day again. Well, that was not the result I expected, but it was also not an entirely fair comparison. I did decide from the outset that I was only going to count stems and shroom lamps. So I got a 64 and 42 stems and 9 shroom lights using that contraption. Now it's possible if I had spawned something that went higher, because that one did not go that high, by the time it filled up, maybe it could have been a better match. But this one, this is close to 2 stacks when you put them all together, and 22 shroom lights. Again, some of that depends on what you spawn. And I'll have to go back through the recording and see how many I spawned, but I mean, it was over here that the pillagers interrupted me, so if anything, that could have been more than over here. Then I wasted a whole bunch of time over here trying to decide, well, does it count as the right day if it's when I spawned it all up there? Yes, it does, because I was having to spawn things over here, so that would have been a wiser comparison. So I want to give this another try at dawn. Do I have enough? And let's get those out of there so that it will be a true new start. That's full. And yeah, I'm running out of places to put the warp blocks. So let me give this one more try. And that was what I was looking for. Do I have enough mushrooms? I have 26. That's more than plenty. Oh, but I So 64 plus 64 plus 18, 2 stacks plus 18 plus 8 shroom lights. And I made this add up to 64 plus 64 plus 8 and 22 shroom lights. I am now very curious whether Crimson Giant Fungus tends to make more shroom lights than warped. But they're actually almost even when I didn't waste a bunch of time going, okay, now I've, grown all the stuff, but I can't start shopping it yet until the next dawn, which was silly because of course I could, and I could have actually made more go. I did definitely have it crank out some more because it wasn't even though the bottom piston had pushed out as many as it could. That just made things that go out longer this way, ultimately, I believe. So I think I had also stopped too early the last time because that had looked really short. Anyway, I'm going to call them just about even, and this definitely feels more like I'm getting stuff done. So even though I would love an excuse not to build something that can contain this thing, I think I'm going to have to build something that can contain this thing. Bleh. Bleh. But we can do it. I will figure out something that does not simply look like a giant box, I hope. And I will probably use some sort of immovable blocks in direct line with the pistons somehow, which would be like pretty much there. Probably barrels. They kind of are the most decorative for sticking in the side of buildings. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's not getting built today. But I did want to at least test those out against each other. And now we know. We also know that, boy, can I blow through even an extra OP hoe with a bunch of this farming. Because, wow, I was getting really nervous about that durability level. Although if it came right down to it, I would have come down to here and made a, whatever I had materials for, stone or iron, probably stone. Yeah, stone hoe to get by until I got through. If this got any more like into the orange. So we're gonna have to make a trip to the Ender and fix this up. Oh, there's more stems. Wait a minute. Hold on. 41. That's definitely better in the stems department. I am curious about the production rate of shroom lights though, and whether the crimson produce more. The other thing is I don't know to what extent I'm losing stuff on the ground that I don't get to fast enough. When I build this, before I build this, I'm going to have to learn something about probably having a hopper minecart. I think that's the least lag producing, as opposed to having a bazillion hoppers. To make sure that it's picking up anything that's sitting on the ground before it can come back. Before it can despawn. Blech. Words. What are they? Anyway, it's getting to be nightfall again, and it is time that I am supposed to be doing something else in the next 10 minutes. So I'm going to sign off and go adult for a while. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.